Let's settle this debate that's been going on for years, guys. If you had $10,000 to invest, would you put it in real estate, crypto, or stocks? Now, I know what you're thinking. Crypto had its boom, stocks have their swings, but real estate, that's the one your grandparents keep telling you to never give up on. And there's a reason for that. Today I'm going to show you why real estate should always win. Not because it's flashy or fast, but because it's stable, proven, and always recover. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Buy Now, Sell Now Realty TV. I'm Jeff Barnes, manager and broker and owner of Buy Now, Sell Now Realty here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. Y'all know the routine. Get down in the description, support the channel, and follow us on all the socials. Now, before we jump in, I need y'all to drop a comment below and tell me what's your favorite investment right now. Crypto, stocks, or real estate? I want to know what you guys are thinking, man, because this really helps us build future videos. Again, you guys are looking for your online agent source. That's what I'm trying to be. So y'all just let me know what y'all want to hear about, man. And if I can talk about it in an area where you can get some benefit, I will be glad to. Now, let's get into this thing, man. The truth about fast money investing, okay? Let's be honest. We live in a world where everyone wants to get rich quick. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Crypto millionaires on TikTok, stock traders on Reddit. It all sounds exciting. But here's the problem. Fast money is emotional money. It's built on hype, not history. I had a client named Daniel. Super smart guy, right? 28 years old. Tech background. He made $40,000 in crypto during the 2021 run, then lost all of it 6 months later. When I asked what his plan was, he said, I was waiting for the next wave. That's the difference between speculation and strategy. Real estate isn't about guessing, it's about growing, brick by brick, month by month. And when you do it right, you don't wake up with your wealth disappearing overnight. You wake up to more equity, more stability, and more opportunity. Now, y'all do me a favor. If you've ever lost money chasing hype, hit that like button. You're not alone. We've all been there. That's why I'm talking about this thing, guys. One of the things you want to do when you're investing is, if you're built for it, and you are built for an emotional type roller coaster, ups, downs, sharp ups and downs, guys, you can go ahead and run that route. But the reason I'm doing this video is to just remind people of why real estate investing is the historical way to go. Right? Now, you ask yourself, why is real estate built different? Here's the thing, guys. Crypto and stocks exist on paper. Nothing wrong with that. But real estate, you can touch it. You can live it. You can rent it out. You can refinance it. You can pass it down. It's the only asset class that does three things at once now. And I want to make sure you guys get this. It's the only asset class that does three things at once. Builds equity through appreciation, pays you through cash flow, protects you with tax advantage. Protects you with the tax advantages. Because guess what, guys? No need to make all this money if it's going to be gone in taxes, right? Try asking Bitcoin to pay for your kids' tuition or fix your roof. Let's put it another way. If your crypto account tanks, you lose. If your property value dips, you still have tenants paying you the mortgage in time for recovery. Real estate gives you control. You don't have to hope, you can act. And that's why the calm, disciplined investors, not the loud ones, always come out ahead. Y'all see what I'm saying? And I'm not telling you that people won't lend you money with your Bitcoin or your crypto or your stocks. We're not talking about that. But what we're talking about is, when it comes to leveraging things, real estate is the number one leverage you can have. People love to know they got something that is hard collateral, that they can check historical values, all that kind of stuff. And it just makes the process go a lot easier. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not bashing stocks. I'm not bashing crypto. What we're trying to tell you is make sure real estate is the foundational choice. Because at the end of all of it, guys, think about let me tell you what I think about crypto and stocks. I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. You got people paying their hard earned cash, maybe taking out equity out of their home. They're using cash to buy another investment vehicle. You guys see the point of that? Well, why don't I just make my cash work in an investment vehicle that historically and futuristically is not going anywhere? I don't care what they come out with. Real estate is not going anywhere. Now, you might have some situations where okay, Jeff, I want to put something on top and stack that whole investment portfolio. I'm telling you, do that after you max out your real estate. Because at the end of the day, guys, Bitcoin wants real cash for you to buy it. Stocks want real cash for you to buy it, right? So real estate allows me to leverage something a lot more smoother than stocks and Bitcoin can. And that's what this is all about. Leverage, okay? Now, let's talk about some stories, man, about one of my clients, Angela, right? Angela bought her first home in 2017. She wasn't chasing trends. She just wanted a stable place for her family. I want to say she paid about $240,000 for that house. Modest 3-bedroom home up here in the suburbs of Tampa, right? Because back then you had to buy way out, right? New Tampa area, Wesley Chapel, Loops. Fast forward to 2025, that home is now worth over $450,000. She refinanced, used her equity to buy a small investment property, and now that small investment property is cash flowing every month. Okay, now if she does that 10, 15 more times, look at what's going to happen. No day trading, no crypto wallets, just patience, strategy, and real ownership. And equity she can touch that has a tax benefit for her if she touches it. Not tax penalties, not all that kind of stuff that if you try to leverage it. Guys, I'm all about watching my money grow. But while I watch my money grow, I want to be able to leverage that money as well. That's what I mean when I say real estate always wins. It compounds. It doesn't collapse. Okay? Now, let's do a side by side because that's what y'all really came here for. And y'all know I'm not a fancy graphics guy, but I want to make sure I put some things in place for you guys. Crypto. What's the benefit of crypto? High reward potential quickly. High reward potential quickly. Very volatile on the upside. But here's the problem, guys. You have no control on how that thing works. What's the intrinsic value? And it's extremely volatile. If you're open to that ride, go ahead and do it. If you're open to that ride, go ahead and do it, right? Now let's get to stocks. Now here's the deal. If you got a 401k, if you got an IRA, you got any of that stuff, I get it. Long-term growth, dividend potential. You want that stock to split. You want that stock to be paying out a dividend. You love to be sitting at the bar, sitting at the restaurant, sitting in the conference room at work, telling people what your stock portfolio looks like. But remember the two downsides of stock. It's emotion driven and can easily be dictated by market manipulation. So if all of a sudden somebody gets an insider tip, what happens to that stock? If all of a sudden the CEO takes a stupid pill and does something crazy, what happens to that stock? And once the market, once one cryon on the news channel comes and says something about the stock of your choice, that's not positive, what happens to that stock? See, that's why emotionally driven and market manipulation, that's the downside of stocks when you're talking about investing. Okay. But long-term growth, dividend potential. If you're working a job right now and they offer you a 401k with match, take it. Right? I tell people to choose the most aggressive option in your 401k. Choose the most aggressive option. Don't be conservative with a 401k. Right? And let me tell you like this, because I'm going to tell you what's happening right now. 401ks, a lot of companies are getting away from it. And a lot of financial gurus are saying, why let that money just sit there? And if you try to lend, if you try to take a loan out of it or something like that, it's not as much of a benefit based on where we are today. Okay? But now let's get into real estate. You got a tangible asset. You get cash flow and appreciation if you do it right. Okay? You get cash flow and appreciation if you get it right. Here's the big one, guys. The tax benefits and our whole tax code changes once real estate comes in. If you are a real estate investor, your whole tax code changes to your benefit. And that's the number one thing of wealth building is keeping the tax man away. But then also leveraging to be able to start your own business, invest in other vehicles, all that kind of stuff because of the tax benefits you're going to get. And guess what, guys? You decide the timeline. You decide the timeline with real estate. Okay? I can sell it when I want to. I can buy it when I want to. I can rent it out when I want to. I got so much control over timelines, right? I can defer things if I want to. I can depreciate things if I want to. There's so many things I have control over that the stocks and the crypto doesn't. See, real estate doesn't just grow in value. It pays you while you wait. And you can leverage that pay to do other things. Okay. And that's the difference between gambling and building. Because let's be honest, guys, doesn't crypto and stock market right now feel like it's gambling? Now, the stock market hit over 47,000 last week. But one administration change or one legislative change, and that's gone. Right? Government shut down. All that stuff right there, guys. And that's the beauty of real estate. People still got to pay rent, right? People still have to keep real estate moving because everything in the country, everything in the world is tied to real estate. That's what we got to see. Again, the difference between gambling and building. Now, let's talk about the danger of waiting. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is saying, I'm just going to wait until next year. And that's whether stocks, crypto, or real estate, right? Everybody has such a risk averse mentality when it comes down to investing in crypto, stocks, or real estate. Risk averse. I got to come up, everybody needs to be risk averse, if what I'm saying. I should not be worried about the risk with real estate. That's the number one point. Crypto, I know it's volatile. Stocks, I want something that's going to be proven, but then I'm buying high instead of buying low, which means now I'm dealing with penny stocks and all that kind of stuff, which makes it a lot more volatile. Okay, but again, that's the biggest mistake people make. I'm going to wait. Whatever you're going to invest in, guys, the worst thing you can do is wait. Because while you're waiting, somebody else is building wealth, building resources, okay? The problem, the next year turns into 5. Meanwhile, home prices keep climbing, rent keeps rising, and opportunities keep shrinking. I had a couple reach out recently. They wanted to buy during COVID, but decided to wait for prices to drop. Guess what? The homes they're looking at now have gone up over $150,000 to $200,000 since COVID. Guys, there ain't no benefit in waiting. And as y'all hear it, scared money don't make money, but don't let fear enter into real estate. Real estate is gonna be there no matter what. It can't change the way it's operating because the intrinsic value of it is woven into the fabric no matter where you go in the world, right? Here's the truth, guys. There's no perfect market. There's only the market you move in. See, what a lot of people don't realize is your bank account, your real estate, your investment holdings, that's your ecosystem. That's what you got to be concerned about, not comparing it to what you see on TV that's meant to get likes and clicks and advertiser money. Okay? You got to look at your own ecosystem. Now, that's the pretty quick thing about it, guys. If you're serious about building wealth, stop timing it and start planning it, right? DM us or email info@buynowsellnowrealty.com. I'll walk you exactly how to start this journey, step by step. And even if you think you're not ready yet, I think you'll be surprised of how ready you are. Once we remove the fear and logic can kick in, you're ready to start at the level you're at, not the level you're dreaming to be. You want to know the difference between good investors? They know the level they're at. They're not comparing themselves to where they want to be. With real estate, you got to get started. With crypto, you got to get started. With stocks, you just got to get started at the level that you're at. With stocks and crypto, though, you got to be ready to lose. With real estate, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? All right, man, I don't have enough money if I get a bad maintenance issue. Air conditioning goes out, right? Something like that. Roof get ripped off in a hurricane if you're living down here in Florida. Those things happen. But there's going to be a lot of people who are willing to lend to you to help fix that because they see a tangible asset that they can leverage to be able to lend to you. Now, let's play the long game, guys. Crypto and stocks will have their place. I ain't trying to knock crypto or stocks. I'm trying to tell you how you should prioritize it. But real estate, that's where the real freedom lives. It's not about chasing trends. It's about controlling your future. And whether it's your first home or your fifth property, the key is the same. Buy smart, stay patient, and keep going. If this video gave you clarity today, guys, here's what I need you to do. Hit the like button to help more people learn truth. YouTube loves likes. Drop a comment that says real estate always wins for me. And then more importantly, guys, subscribe for more calm, honest, and practical real estate investing insight. on this channel every week. And when you're ready to buy, man, email me, right? My stuff is in the description. We'll make your first step the right one. We'll make your first step the right one. At Buy Now, Sell Now Realty, guys, I don't chase the hype. I help you build homes, wealth, and peace of mind. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Buy Now, Sell Now Realty. Again, I'm Jeff, managing broker and owner of Buy Now, Sell Now Realty here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. Get down in the description. Make sure you support me on all the socials. Go to the website. Daryl, don't forget about the Buy Now, Sell Now Realty Foundation. Starting that up, 501c3. Check with your accountant that the deduction may well be tax deductible, man. So we are here to help new homeowners get that American dream by helping with down payment assistance and closing costs where we can. We got to build it up so that we can help people. All of the commissions that Buy Now, Sell Now Realty gets broker-wise, 10% of those commissions go to the Buy Now, Sell Now Realty Foundation. We're going to help people get this American dream, get their slice of the American pie. And whether you're going to live in it or whether you're going to invest in it, we're here to help be a conduit to make that more smooth. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Stay vigilant. Stay in the market. Make sure real estate is the foundation. And until next week, guys, make it a great week. We'll talk to you soon.